Hey, what is up guys? Digirex here, and today we have a review on year 2 of Shadow Price. That's right guys, we have a review on year 2 of Shadow Price, and my friend here, thanks to Kevin CrazyCast, this review wouldn't be possible without him. He has the Shadow Price, and this is actually his role. It's pretty good. He's using the red dot sight, which I would definitely agree with out of any of these scopes. And then he's got that range finder for extra range, which is always good on, auto rifles. But the scope, yeah, that scope's probably the best out of all those. Most of those scopes don't suit auto rifles too well. Then we got perfect balance for that stability, and this is good for auto rifles too. Got to keep them stable, got to keep them on the head. So this roll is all pretty good in general. And then the icing on the cake is life support, where you can get your health back just by getting kills. It's kind of like the Suros perk, which is actually pretty good. It's like the Red Death perk, but it doesn't proc the whole time. And there's the look of it. It's a pretty simple auto rifle, but I do like it. It's got that Vanguard logo on it. And I would recommend that with this auto rifle, or with any auto rifle, you'd use auto rifle loader gauntlets. So let's get right into the review. And this is just a PvP review, guys, by the way, because auto rifles aren't too good in PvE. And yeah, they just wouldn't rate too well in PvE. So what I think about it in PvE, it's pretty good actually. Overall, it's got a mid-rate fire rate, so it's not as fast as things like the Doctrine, but it's not as slow as things like, the Suros with focus fire, things like that. And my friend, or the auto rifle that I was using, that my friend has, it actually has a pretty decent roll, so it made this weapon a lot easier to use. I think if you had focus fire, it'd be a little too slow to fire, so I'm not sure if focus fire would be a good roll, because right now the high fire rate auto rifles are kind of the meta, and the slower ones are getting beat by the higher ones. So I don't know if you'd want focus fire on this one per se, because you want to keep the fire rate still a little bit fast, and I feel like with focus fire it would be really slow. That's just my opinion. I don't know, maybe it's amazing with focus fire. I did not get to test it with focus fire, but it's probably pretty good. I don't know though. I think it would just be better without focus fire, because the fire rate is just kind of medium, and it does not have a lot of recoil at all actually. And then with counterbalance, or if you have perk like persistence, ones that increase stability, you're gonna have no problem keeping your target on the head. And before I continue with this video, let me just say that Sunsingers are actually really overpowered. As you see, I get that triple kill there with just the abilities, or my friend got the triple kill with just the abilities. It is just really good, guys. The abilities are really good. And Warlock Master Race, I'm not even a Warlock, I'm a Hunter, but still, the Shadow Price is really good, and if you get a good roll on it, I think it would make it good. But if you don't get a good roll, I probably wouldn't bother using it. I might save it for my collection to just like put it down in my vault somewhere. But yeah, it is pretty good for PvP. I wouldn't recommend using it in close quarters. You want to stay at mid-range engagements with this, like right here is perfect. You don't want them getting in within shotgun range, or you don't want it to be too far, because then you'll have issues hitting them, and auto rifles are terrible at ranges. So you just want to keep them at mid to longer ranges. You definitely don't want them close with this, because up close this weapon will not kill too fast at all. With this weapon, I would actually pair it with a shotgun instead of a sniper, how I normally use. But the reason I would pair it with a shotgun is because it's not too good at close range. You need that shotgun to counter all the other shotguns. And then it can actually take out snipers because it has decent range. And most Destiny maps are pretty small, so this has enough range to attack any snipers that are getting close. Like, if you just have them in range of the auto rifle, it'll make them flinch too much, and they won't be able to hit their shots. And I just say this because the fire rate isn't too bad, but you don't want to use it at close range. But when it comes to long range, you can still manage. It won't be as good as things like Suros for long range, but it'll still be good because it has that mid fire rate. Like stuff like this, you can melt people. And the gun, aesthetically, it doesn't look amazing. It's not really unique in any way. It has the Vanguard logo, but again, it is the Shadow Price, so it is kind of an authentic year one weapon, and that's kind of what people are looking for these days, just that authentic look with the weapon. Overall, I felt like this weapon was really easy to keep on people's heads, although it does have a little bit slower time to kill than other auto rifles in the Crucible. Auto rifles aren't too amazing in the Crucible right now. You can use some like the Doctor in a passing, which will destroy, and other ones like that with the high fire rate like Soul Stealer's Claw. This one's kind of mid fire rate, so it's not really in the meta, but I believe if you're good with an auto rifle, you can still definitely use this and you will like it a lot. Like, personally, I'm not a big fan of auto rifles, but I actually did like this a fair amount. And my friend Kevin, this got him into auto rifles. Like, this weapon got him into auto rifles. So overall, I think this is a decent weapon. I wouldn't call it meta by any means. Like, it's not super amazing, it's not overpowered or anything. It's just a good, simple weapon from year 1 too. So it is kind of like a collector's thing, like everybody's trying to get these year 2 weapons. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will have a CSGO gambling video going up the day after tomorrow, I believe, so stay tuned to my channel for that. I'll have more Destiny content later this week, so thank you guys for watching. This has been a year 2 shadow price review for PvP. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is more my opinion on the gun and stuff like that. Not as formal as my normal interviews, but I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Digirex. Peace.